Ladies, imagine this. You walk into a room and everything seems to stop for just a moment. It's not just your presence, it's the lingering trail of your fragrance that leaves a lasting impact. A scent that doesn't scream for attention, but softly demands it. A scent that says you're confident, sophisticated, and completely comfortable in your own skin. That's the magic of perfume, and today, let's talk about the 5 perfumes that older women wear that men notice instantly. First, let's talk about confidence. There's something undeniably attractive about a woman who knows who she is, and the perfume she wears should reflect that. Men are drawn to women who radiate self-assurance. Think about it. When you wear a fragrance that makes you feel powerful, that confidence oozes from every pore. It's not the fragrance itself, it's the feeling it gives you. And that's what men can't help but notice. Next, there's the timeless elegance that comes with certain scents. Older women often gravitate toward fragrances that have staying power, both in scent and memory. Florals, woodsy notes, and orientals. The ones that linger but never overwhelm, become a signature that men can't forget. They're subtle, but they're there, lingering in the background of their mind, reminding them of the woman who wore it. But here's something truly special, the way a fragrance complements your natural chemistry. The perfume you wear should feel like an extension of who you are. And when it does, it blends effortlessly with your own scent, creating a unique aroma that's exclusively yours. It's not about overpowering a room, it's about leaving just the right amount of your essence behind. That's the allure of a woman who knows her fragrance and wears it with grace. Now let's talk about elegance. Mature women understand the power of a scent that exudes sophistication without being pretentious. Think of perfumes with notes of rose, jasmine, amber, or sandalwood. These are scents that are refined, polished, and timeless, qualities that men are immediately drawn to. When you wear a fragrance like this, it's not just about smelling good, it's about presenting yourself with a quiet yet undeniable elegance that demands respect. And, of course, there's the undeniable power of seduction that a good perfume can bring. Sensual notes like vanilla, musk, and patchouli have a subtle, magnetic pull. They don't demand attention, they simply lure it in, drawing people closer without a word. It's a silent invitation to connect, to feel something deeper. Men notice this. It's not just about the fragrance, it's the way it makes them feel, the way it sparks something within them. Finally, let's talk about a woman's signature scent. There's something undeniably intriguing about a fragrance that's uniquely hers. It becomes a part of her identity, something that men can associate with her long after she's left the room. It's not about changing your fragrance every season, it's about finding the one that resonates with who you are, the one that leaves an indelible mark on the people you encounter. A signature scent is your personal trademark. And when men encounter it, they instantly recognize it, even if they can't quite put their finger on why. So ladies, when you step out into the world, remember that your fragrance is a reflection of you. It's the final touch that pulls everything together, leaving an impression that lasts long after you've gone. Wear it with confidence, wear it with elegance, and above all, wear it with the knowledge that men will notice it and they'll remember it. The right fragrance can do wonders for how you feel about yourself and how others perceive you. When an older woman steps into a room, her scent can leave a lasting impression, subtly enhancing her aura of confidence. It's not about the perfume itself, but about the effect it has on the woman wearing it. When she feels good in her scent, it automatically boosts her self-assurance, and that radiates outward. Confidence doesn't shout, it whispers. And the perfect fragrance is like an invisible cloak that wraps around you, making you feel poised and in control of your presence. A confident woman doesn't need to flaunt her beauty or her power. She exudes them quietly, and the fragrance she wears reflects that. Without being overwhelming or overpowering, it's a fragrance that complements her personality, not the other way around. Men can't help but notice when a woman carries herself with such quiet confidence. It's magnetic in its own right. They don't always know what it is. Maybe it's the way she walks or the way her fragrance lingers in the air, but there's an unmistakable pull toward her presence. This scent, however, is more than just an external feature. It becomes a part of her identity. A confident woman knows what works for her, and she sticks with it, finding a fragrance that matches her energy and life experience. It's about choosing something that feels right, something that doesn't just smell good, but feels good. When a woman feels aligned with her scent, it adds to her natural confidence. It becomes something that's so perfectly her that it feels like second nature, a part of the woman that others can't quite pinpoint but feel nonetheless. The scent doesn't just make her feel confident, but it creates an impression that others can sense as well. It becomes a part of the impression she leaves behind long after she is gone. Men may not consciously recognize the specific notes, but they'll remember the feeling she gave them, the calm assurance, the elegance, the subtle power. Confidence, after all, isn't just something you feel. It's something others see in the way you carry yourself. And when the right fragrance accompanies that confidence, it elevates the entire presence. It's fascinating how a fragrance can affect our emotions and our interactions. It goes far beyond just smelling pleasant. It taps into a deeper layer of attraction and connection. When an older woman wears a perfume that makes her feel confident, she creates a ripple effect. The way men react to her isn't just about her appearance, but the silent power of self-assurance that fills the air around her. There's something undeniably captivating about a fragrance that stands the test of time. When an older woman chooses a scent, it's often one that speaks to her inner elegance and sophistication. These are not the fleeting, trendy perfumes that come and go, but the classics that transcend seasons and trends. These timeless scents have a way of leaving an impression without trying too hard. They linger in the air long after she's gone, creating an invisible mark that others can't forget. Floral notes like rose or jasmine, combined with deeper, more complex undertones like amber or sandalwood, create a fragrance that is both gentle and powerful. These perfumes don't overwhelm, instead they wrap around the wearer like a soft embrace. They don't demand attention, but quietly call to it, like a well-kept secret that others can't help but want to discover. A fragrance like this is a signature of maturity, a reminder of life's beautiful experiences and the wisdom that comes with age. It carries a sense of nostalgia, evoking memories of something familiar and comforting, but with a modern twist that makes it feel fresh and new. Men notice these timeless scents because they carry an aura of sophistication that's hard to ignore. When a woman wears a fragrance with these classic notes, it speaks volumes about her personality. It says that she knows herself, that she's confident in who she is, and that she appreciates the finer things in life. It's a scent that invites curiosity and admiration, drawing others in without overwhelming them. There's something undeniably magnetic about a woman who wears a fragrance that feels both elegant and timeless. And it's not just about how the perfume smells. It's about the way it complements her presence. What makes these fragrances even more remarkable is how they transcend age. While a younger woman might opt for something fresh and playful, an older woman gravitates towards something that tells a deeper story. These fragrances resonate with the richness of life, the experiences that have shaped her, and the confidence that comes with time. The beauty of classic scents is that they never go out of style. They simply evolve, just like the woman who wears them. Men are drawn to this subtle yet powerful allure, and the fragrance becomes a part of the unforgettable impression she leaves behind. Perfume has an enchanting way of blending with a woman's natural scent, creating something that's uniquely hers. When an older woman wears a fragrance, It's not just about the perfume itself, but how it harmonizes with her skin and body chemistry. The result is a scent that feels like an extension of her personality, one that is soft, intimate, and deeply personal. It's as if the fragrance is made for her, adapting to her essence in a way that no one else can replicate. This kind of subtle perfection is what draws others in. It's the allure of something familiar yet entirely distinctive. When a woman wears a scent that complements her natural chemistry, it's not just a perfume she's wearing. It's an invisible signature. The way it blends with her skin makes it more than just a smell. It becomes part of her identity. This creates a fragrance that feels effortless, as though it's always been a part of her. Men are naturally attracted to this kind of subtlety. It's a fragrance that doesn't scream for attention, but instead leaves a soft trace that they can't quite place. And that's what makes it so alluring. They don't have to figure it out immediately, but over time they begin to associate that scent with a woman who wore it, and it becomes unforgettable. The beauty of these fragrances is their intimacy. They're not designed to announce your presence, but rather to draw people closer, inviting them into your space without saying a word. It's almost as though the scent is a whisper, an invitation to get to know the woman behind it. When the fragrance is perfectly suited to her chemistry, it's as if it's speaking to others on a deeper level. It makes a man wonder who she is, what her story is, and why that particular scent seems to belong so perfectly to her. What makes this even more fascinating is how these fragrances evolve with time. As an older woman, the scent may develop a richness and depth that becomes more pronounced with each wear. It's the embodiment of maturity and experience, turning what was once just a pleasant fragrance into something deeply memorable. The way it interacts with a natural scent gives it a dynamic quality, changing ever so slightly with every movement, every gesture. And that's the magic of a fragrance that truly complements her body chemistry. It's not just a scent, it's an experience that evolves and becomes uniquely her own. There's something undeniably captivating about a fragrance that embodies elegance, something that speaks to the wearer's refined taste and mature style. When an older woman chooses a perfume, it often reflects more than just her personal preferences. It conveys a sense of grace and sophistication that is subtly but unmistakably powerful. These fragrances typically feature a combination of complex layered notes that have stood the test of time. Notes like rose, jasmine, amber, and sandalwood are often included, each adding its own distinct depth and character to the overall scent. Together, they create a perfume that feels both timeless and classic, yet contemporary in its ability to evoke such a profound sense of elegance. What makes these fragrances so enchanting is how they resonate with maturity. While younger women may gravitate toward lighter, more playful scents, older women tend to lean toward perfumes that carry a certain weight. Scent profiles that communicate not just beauty but experience, poise, and wisdom. These scents don't need to announce their presence loudly. They speak in a soft, compelling tone that draws people in with subtlety. A well-chosen fragrance of this kind feels like a well-tailored outfit, carefully selected to reflect the woman's individuality, sophistication, and understanding of herself. Men are drawn to these kinds of perfumes because they convey a sense of poise and self-assurance. A woman who wears a fragrance with these deeper, more elegant notes seems to exude a confidence that doesn't rely on flashy gestures or overt displays. It's a quiet confidence that speaks volumes without saying much at all. The fragrance becomes an extension of the woman's personality, highlighting her ability to choose a scent that matches her elegance, maturity, and unique presence. This allure is magnetic. Men don't just notice the scent, they notice the woman wearing it, her grace, her quiet power, and the way her scent lingers long after she has left. The beauty of these timeless perfumes is that they're designed to evolve over time, much like the woman who wears them. As she matures, the fragrance becomes an even more fitting reflection of her character, evolving with her and accentuating her sophistication. The richness and complexity of the scent become more apparent as the woman's personality unfolds with age, making the perfume feel like a reflection of the life she's lived and the wisdom she carries with her. These fragrances are not just smells, they are part of her story. There is a unique allure to fragrances that evoke sensuality and intrigue. When an older woman chooses a perfume with sensual notes such as vanilla, musk, or patchouli, it taps into an intimate, almost magnetic quality that draws others in without being overt. These scents don't shout for attention, but rather invite curiosity, creating a subtle yet undeniable connection. They are the kind of fragrances that leave a trail in the air, lingering just long enough to spark the imagination without revealing everything. It's the mystery behind the scent that captivates, making men wonder about the woman wearing it, about her story, and the depth of her experience. Fragrances with sensual undertones are often considered timeless because they evoke deep emotions. Vanilla, for example, is a warm, comforting scent that can evoke feelings of familiarity and closeness, while musk adds a touch of earthy sensuality that's quietly alluring. Patchouli brings a richness and complexity, which can feel both grounded and exotic. Together, these notes form a perfume that speaks to both the wearer's and the observer's deeper, more emotional senses, rather than just their superficial ones. This makes the fragrance feel personal, even intimate, something that's uniquely tied to the woman who wears it. Men tend to be naturally drawn to these types of fragrances because they evoke a sense of mystery and allure. Unlike floral or citrus-based perfumes that can feel fresh and approachable, sensual scents create an air of intrigue. It's not about being flashy, it's about being unforgettable in a subtle, alluring way. The scent becomes an invitation, one that invites curiosity and draws men in for a closer look without the need for words or gestures. It's the kind of fragrance that says there's more to discover, which only increases its allure. What makes these sensual perfumes so powerful is how they evoke emotion through scent. They trigger an immediate, instinctive reaction, stirring up feelings of attraction and desire. It's the way the fragrance clings to the wearer, becoming part of her essence, that makes it so captivating. When an older woman wears a fragrance with these deep, sensual notes, she leaves behind an impression that lingers, staying with those around her long after she's gone. It's the kind of scent that doesn't need to be loud to be noticed. It simply is, and that quiet presence is what makes it so enchanting. There's something undeniably powerful about a woman's signature scent. It's more than just a fragrance. It becomes a part of her identity, something that people associate with her long after she's left the room. When an older woman settles on a particular perfume, it's as if she's chosen a scent that reflects not only her personality, but the essence of who she is. This is her fragrance, the one she wears consistently, the one that evokes memories and leaves a lasting impression. It's the scent people recognize when she walks into a room, and it becomes intertwined with her presence in a way that's deeply personal and unforgettable. A signature scent is not just about choosing a perfume, it's about finding the fragrance that feels like it belongs to you. Over time, this perfume becomes a reflection of the experiences, the confidence, and the life the woman has lived. It speaks to her personality and her unique sense of self. Men can't help but notice when a woman wears a fragrance that's uniquely hers. There's a certain allure to the familiarity of a signature scent. It's like a signature style, something so closely tied to her identity that it becomes almost inseparable from who she is. What makes a signature scent so captivating is that it's not a trend or something that's worn just because it's popular. It's a carefully chosen fragrance that resonates deeply with the wearer. It becomes her olfactory fingerprint, leaving a trail wherever she goes. It's a subtle but undeniable way of saying, "This is me." Men often find themselves drawn to this, not just because of how the perfume smells, but because of the association they begin to create with the woman who wears it. It becomes a part of her aura, a scent that tells a story of who she is, of what she stands for, and the kind of energy she brings into the world. Over time, this signature scent develops a sense of nostalgia for those around her. It's more than just a fragrance, it's a memory, an experience tied to the woman who wore it. Men may not even realize it, but when they encounter that scent, it takes them back to a moment they shared with her, evoking feelings and emotions that are linked to her presence. That's the power of a signature scent. It's a constant reminder of her essence, a lasting impression that endures long after she's gone. In the end, fragrance is much more than just a scent. It's a powerful expression of a woman's personality, her experiences, and her unique presence. The perfumes an older woman chooses are a reflection of her confidence, her elegance, and the story she carries with her, from timeless, classic scents to those with deeper, sensual notes. Each fragrance has the ability to captivate and leave a lasting impression. It's not about being noticed for the sake of it, but rather about creating an aura of allure that's subtle yet unforgettable. A signature scent becomes part of her identity, something others will remember long after she's left the room. Ultimately, the fragrance she wears speaks volumes about who she is, an elegant, confident, and unforgettable woman whose essence lingers in the hearts and minds of those she encounters.